Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. So today's lecture I'm going to tell you about Allure reporting. Basically, it's a reporting tool which help you to represent your execution report in more presentable and meaningful ways as a web form. I'll give you a quick overview of a sample report. Yeah. So this will present your overall execution graph, which include pass, fail, and other status of a test cases. Trend. It will provide you the execution history, how your test case has been executing. This suit section, what it will do, it will basically the break down your test cases into test suites, like on the basis of your feature file. Suppose if you are using Cucumber, or if you are using some other framework, on that basis how you have distributed your test cases. This category section is more interesting section. It is very useful. It makes report review task easier. We can set up customized issues, that I'm going to tell you later on how you can set up the customized issues. For example, in case of web page, we know there are some common issues what we face when we test any web-based application, like internal server error, page is not loading. So we can customize those issues, and when we do our execution, if our test cases are getting failed because of that issues, so it will list those test cases under that particular categories. So this will make our life easier to review the report, and we can get the clear picture how many test cases has been failed with those common issues. The next section is the environment section. So here we can present the environment in which we are doing our test case execution. So those who is watching this report, they can get to know which environment this test has been executed. Like we can integrate our execution with any of the CI/CD tools. So it give you capabilities. We can it keep track of those also, like from where your test suite has been triggered. These are like other detail section of this thing. Same thing, it has been presenting the category sections. Here you can see there are 4 0 pass, 4 fail, like that, and it comes under what sections. This is a detail graph of suit. These are all graph it present. Overall execution, on the basis of severity, it will list the test cases, how much execution time it has been taken, what is the duration trend, how it has been going out, like this. All different kind of graph it present, which is very helpful for the business and your test manager to check it out how the environment is looking out. This is again the execution time history graphs. Here I have given some links. If you can go through this and you can get more information about what are all things can be done by the Allure reporting. As I have told, like, it support various framework and languages. So even though if you're like the automation framework is with any of these languages, you can implement it. The languages which it support is Java, Python, JavaScript, Ruby, Groovy, PHP.NET, and Scala. So whichever framework you are using with any of these languages, you can integrate it very easily. I'm using Ruby Cucumber automation framework for my project, so I'm going to tell you how you can implement or how you can integrate Allure reporting with the Ruby Cucumber framework. I have listed down the step what you are supposed to follow in order to integrate the Allure reporting with your Ruby Cucumber framework. So we need to follow this step in this sequence only, and we can successfully integrate these things. So step 1 is we need to install the Allure Cucumber gem. Before starting with this, if suppose you want to learn how you can set up the Ruby Cucumber framework from very scratch to automating a web-based application, so I have already made a video on that. I will give the in description. I will provide the details of that video. You can learn from there. Yeah, now we will start with this. So step one is to we need to ensure the Allure Cucumber gem is installed in your machine. How you can install it? By using this command gem install Allure Cucumber. In my case, I have already installed this gem. So once you have been installed, just verify whether this particular gem has been installed in your machine or not. In order to check that, just write the command gem list. So I'm just checking out, I'm just filtering it for Allure. So you can see Allure Cucumber has been already installed in my machine, and this is the version which has been installed into my system. So once you have installed the Allure Cucumber gem, the next step is you need to include this gem into your framework. So in Ruby Cucumber framework, so we include all the gems into our environment.rb file. The reason is, like, whenever we run any Ruby Cucumber project, when it will start compiling the project, it will start from the environment.rb file. So what you have to do, you just need to place this line into your environment.rb file. Here is my environment.rb file. You can see I have added this line. Now we'll move to step 3. So in order to generate this Allure Cucumber report files, so we need to pass some configurations. So below is the configuration files which we are supposed to pass, and we need to add this line into environment.rb file only. I have already added. Now I'll explain you what each of this line is doing. So this is the path where it's gonna create this files. So I have created a directory called allure_results. I'm going to keep all the configuration files there which will be produced after my execution. This is for cleaning this directory when we do the rerun. This is for keeping log and debugger, other thing. And you have seen in that Allure report there's a section called environment. So I have, like, test environment I have been passed as a staging. You can integrate these things with your Jira and other stuff that you need to explore more. I haven't integrated with Jira as of now. I've done the basic setup that I'm gonna tell you. This is for setting up the environment detail, like whatever details you want to show in your report, you can add simply here and it will present. So in my case, I have added like test environment where I'm doing this execution in UAT, so I have added as a UAT. So once I will run this, you can see these things reflecting in my report. Yeah, this is the most important thing, this categories. So I have told, like, here we can customize our defects. So what we have to do in order to customize our defect, we need to create a JSON file. So if I can show you, here I have created a JSON file. So here what I have done, I have given a label, and like in case I will get all these issues, it will be listed under my test case, will reflect under this thing. So this way you can customize it as per your need. So these lines you need to add to your environment.rb file. So once you have done with this, now we'll move to the next step. Yeah, so these are all some predefined, or you can say the by default tags of a test case, so like TMS, issue, severity. So whenever we write a test case, so there are uh, some attribute of that test case is, like, so whether it's like what is the its severity, is it linked with any issue. So it basically a part of a test plan. So whenever we do a test case planning and we write our test case, so there are few attributes which we pass, like what is the severity of the test case, uh, what requirement id it has been linked. So it gives us an options to pass all these things. So these are all some default values, and how you can pass it like this way. So once you have done with the test case, so I can show you. I have wrote two scenarios. I have passed it like, I have marked this test case severity as medium. It has been linked to an, this is a requirement id, this is the tom matrix id, and it belongs from this epic. So these all parameter we can link with the test case, and it's not mandatory. If you don't want, you can ignore this part. So we need to see, once we have done, once we will do our test case execution here, we need to publish some report, as like we publish HTML report and other stuff. So for that purpose, what we are supposed to do, we need to publish an Allure report. So once our execution will be done, what it will do, it will generate an Allure reporting stuff, and it will keep under this folder. Because see, if you can see what I have done, this is a Cucumber feature. So we have published, we have created a report, and we, where we are storing it under Allure results folder. See, yeah, the other thing is, like, suppose if you want to, you know, attach the screenshot of your execution into the report, so that also is possible. Just you need to attach this line of code where you are capturing the screenshot. So in my case, like, I'm capturing the screenshot of the execution after every step. Just simply I place that code here. So what it will do, it will, you know, it will keep the screenshot of each step. So this basically will help us, you know, suppose if any test case is failed, so we can see on what step it has been failed and what, how the page was looking like that at that time. So we are done till step 6 now. Oh. Yeah, so there is some issue with the step number. I forgot to update it. Yeah, fine, that's fine. Okay, so now the next step is, like, we have done with the integration with our framework. We have integrated Allure with our framework, but so whatever we will generate now, it will be the input for the generating the Allure report. Okay, so our next step will be to, now we have tracked the execution history, execution logs. In order to generate a report, we need to pass it to the Allure thing. So for that, we need to install the Allure at our machine. So if you are using Mac OS, so you can install it by homebrew. The command for installing Allure is brew install Allure. So once you have installed Allure at your machine, in my machine it has already installed. So I'll show you how you can see whether Allure has been installed in your machine or not. Yeah, see, Allure has been successfully installed in my machine, and the version what I am using it 2.13.9. Now everything has been set up. Now the step is, we need to run our test case. So I'll run these two scenarios. I'll show you also how things will change. Right now nothing is there in my Allure report results folder, sorry. So once I will done with the execution, you can see there will be some JSON file. So I'm running out two scenarios. These are all two basic scenario of launching Google homepage. I'm failing one test case and passing, so that I can show you both things, how the graph will look with both pass fail. I'm running it out now. So my one test case has been passed. Now this is the second test case which is executing. This will get failed. So this was expected. So you can see there are two scenarios which has been executed. One is pass, another one is fail. Now if I can show you my Allure results, you can see attachment is screenshot is there, JSON files are there for the execution record, and the categories, that customized defect file is also there, and the what environment we have been added, that details what we have been added, that is also coming there. It's looking good. Now we need to generate the Allure report. So we are done till step 7. Now the important step. See, there are two ways. Okay, so one way is you can generate Allure report simply into your temporary files, and if you want to keep the history also, so you have to follow these things. So what I have done, I have created a directory allure_sample_report for me. Here I'm going to generate the Allure report. Okay, so this is the first time I'm going to run my test suite, so I will be not having the previous history. So first time we are going to generate a report. So in that case we need to run this command allure generate. The input file path means where we have kept our result. So this one, so path of this directory, and output where you want to save the report. So I want to save the report where, under this folder. Okay, so I have already wrote this command here. So I am going to run this command to generate the Allure report. So right now you can see under this folder I don't have anything. So once I will run this command, I am passing two parameters here. One is like the Allure result file which has been generated after the execution of my regression suite, and the placeholder where I want to save this report. So it is allure_sample_report. I'll just press enter. See, now you can see multiple files has been created under this. And now if I want to open this, so I just need to run this allure open, and the placeholder where we have generated the report. See, it has launched. So we have executed two test cases. This is the today's date. One test case got passed, one test case got failed. We have only one suite, means one feature file was there. Okay, so it has considered it as a one suite which is having two test cases. In that, one got passed, one got failed. Since we have executed our test case first time, so there is no execution history of this. This is the environment detail what I have passed. I can show you. See, test environment UAT. So if you want to pass some other field and value, so you can simply add the fields here. It will reflect there. So what I have done, see, in epic I have this one, I have told as a custom epic. This has been done as main epic, so it has filtered on that basis. So one was part of custom epic, one scenario was part of main epic. So my one test case got failed. with this defect. What was the defect? I was expecting something true, it come as false. Okay, so it has filtered that issue. Now the other thing what I have done, I have attached attachment also. See, you can see attachment also. These are all test step. How it has taken 19 seconds. You can see two test cases has been executed. One is in pass status, one is in fail status. This is overall severity. I have kept one as an normal and like that. How much time it has taken. Now the next thing, how we can keep the history of the execution and how we can present. So in order to show the trends, so we need to keep the history of the execution. So what we have to do in that case, I have clearly mentioned here. So like as I have already done with the one execution, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep the history of this. Okay, so first I will do next second time execution of my regression suite. Again we got the same result. Two test cases were there, one got failed, one got passed. So right now if you see in my Allure result folder, I don't have anything called history folder, right? Now this was the first time when we have generated our Allure report, right? So there is a folder called history here, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this history folder from here to under this path, Allure results. Means my previous history of execution, I'm going to move into my current execution results. By using this command cp copy -r, it will copy the folder, history folder, from, as I told, from this path to this path. Allure results. I'll run this command. What it will do, it will copy the so we are moving the, before generating the report, we are moving the history folder of previous execution, previous Allure report to current execution Allure result folder, right? This is the command. It has been moved. Now if we refresh this, we should get here history folder. See, what I did, I had moved the previous Allure report execution history folder to current execution one. Okay. Now next step, what I will do, I will generate the cucumber report. Again, for generating we need to run the same command. The command will have two parameters. One is the input, like the path of this directory, and where I want to save the output. So I'm gonna overwrite the same folder. So what it gonna do, it gonna clean up first this, and it will generate an Allure report with this input, and it's gonna save here. Report has been successfully generated under this folder. In order to open this report, again we have to use this command allure open and the path of the report. So this is the path of the report. Now we are expecting that we should see the trend also. Yeah, see, we can see the trend. I hope you find it easy. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put all these details under the description. Just try it and see how it's working for you. Thank you.